On continues. This is WGAL News 8 at 11.
Good evening. I'm Kim Lemon.
And I'm Jerry Gish. Tonight at 11, we have live storm team coverage as we track the winter weather moving through the Susquehanna Valley. We have crews checking out conditions across the area at this hour. But we begin with Chief Meteorologist Joe Calhoun. Joe.
Well, the old rule of thumb with weather forecasting for these kind of storms, it's right in here. If it goes to our west, we get wet, and it's coming right over us, and we are getting wet now. I think, and that's going to be the trend as the storm tracks overhead. This rain area will continue to the north. Now, there's still some mixed bag along the 81-78 corridor, but mainly south of the Turnpike. Look at these temperatures, up to 36 in Lancaster, 34 in Harrisburg, 36 Gettysburg. They're going to continue to creep up, could be near 40 by tomorrow morning. Still some snow up to the north where they've had several inches. I'll have some snowfall reports coming up a little later on, but watch this rain continues to overtake the entire area, and still into tomorrow morning some rain, but then the rain tapers off, and look what happens. Temperatures drop, so any slush, any standing water, that's going to freeze pretty quickly as we even drop into the teens by the time we get into tomorrow evening. So the rest of the night tonight, it's generally just going to be rain. It's going to continue to come down heavy at times, could cause more ponding on the roadways. That'll taper off from west to east or in the morning, but the temperatures start to plummet. So watch, please, for that flash freezing. Now, sub-zero wind chills from later tomorrow with 25 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts right on into Monday. I'll tell you how long this cold air is going to stick around coming up in just a bit.
Joe, thank you. We are monitoring road conditions and those changing weather patterns all across the Susquehanna Valley tonight.
WGAL News 8's Tosin Fakile begins our storm team coverage in Carlisle, Cumberland County.
Here in Carlisle, we're now seeing rain, and a lot of it. We're here by Route 74, and the road is quite slushy now. We have seen some cars struggle a little bit while driving on that road. We even came across a man who got stuck on a side road.
How you doing?
Vern Heidman was trying to do a good deed when he got stuck.
I didn't realize you had a camera, and so I just saw a car in the ditch, and I thought, you know, that times like this, you could be in the ditch for a while before somebody comes.
Luckily, his son came to help him out, and he says he doesn't mind the snow.
There's gonna be a ton of families that are gonna hang out together, don't get to hang out together very often. That's what's gonna happen tonight.
42 PennDOT trucks worked to clear the snow in Cumberland County on Saturday.
What we're looking at now is just making sure the guys are getting around, making sure they're keeping things open. We're gonna have to be watching for sleet and making sure we're taking care of it.
They're asking drivers who plan to be on the road to give PennDOT trucks room to work.
Just remember, if we're all in traffic, that means we're all in traffic, so the trucks are there with you. So we're really hoping that people let us get by, do the work.
Now, earlier, we saw some businesses close early so their employees could leave and hit the road. Officials tell us all their guys are in, and there will be a shift change for PennDOT truck drivers at midnight. We're live in Carlisle. I'm Tosin Fakile, WGAL News 8.
And you can get live updates on road conditions across the state on 511pa.com. PennDOT lets you track its plows in real time. Just check the plow trucks option at the top of the map.
We are also watching the changing weather patterns in Lancaster County. WGAL News 8's Brittany Garzillo is live along Route 72 in Raffo Township.
Well, Kim and Jerry, it's still raining here, and I'd say probably in the past half an hour things have lessened up just a little bit. We have seen a couple of plow trucks out clearing the roads here, and right now the roads are mostly wet, but there is still some slush and snow. And PennDOT says they're seeing a different variety of different weather conditions throughout the county, from rain to freezing rain and snow, so drivers should be prepared.
It's pretty slushy, icy, freezing cold. Luckily, I didn't drive.
A mix of snow and sleet made for a slushy mess at the intersection of Manheim Pike and Enterprise Road in East Petersburg. The scene in Manheim similar as plows moved through the square. Parking lots and businesses empty as many spent their Saturday off the roads.
We'll just take it slow and steady.
Now, PennDOT is working to clear those roads. It has about 60 trucks out putting down salt, and it wants to remind drivers, if you can, to stay home. Make sure you leave plenty of room for those plow trucks if you do have to go out. And of course, remember these changing weather conditions. Live in Lancaster County, Brittany Garzillo, WGAL News 8.
As the storm moves through the Susquehanna Valley, PennDOT is updating its travel restrictions. PennDOT has dropped speeds to 45 miles per hour on several Susquehanna Valley highways, including Interstates 81, 78, and 83, as well as routes 283, 322, 22, 11 and 15, 30, and 222. PennDOT is also banning commercial vehicles on many northern interstates, the Turnpike's Northeast Extension, as well as the US 22 Expressway in the Lehigh Valley and the Pennsylvania Route 33 Expressway in Northampton and Monroe counties.
We are also looking at road conditions in Dauphin County.
WGAL News 8's Jeremy Jenkins live in Swatara Township tonight. Jeremy.
Well, Jerry, I'm here on Interstate I-83, and as you can see, traffic is pretty smooth out here, but PennDOT is worried that as the weather changes overnight, it could have an impact on those road conditions.
Our concerns are going to be overnight whether we get a significant amount of ice, in which case we're not going to plow the roads down to the blacktop or the concrete. We want to leave some pack on there if there is going to be ice.
PennDOT stayed ahead of the storm by pre-treating most major roads and some secondary roads with a mix of salt and anti-skid. They also had drivers on 12-hour shifts, plowing a stretch of 30 to 40-mile areas to keep up with the rate of the snowfall. One thing that's helped them do that is the timing.
One of the really good things about this storm is it's happening on a weekend, so it always lowers the amount of congestion we have on the roads.
And PennDOT is hoping to keep it that way. They're encouraging drivers to stay off the road. You can keep up with the road conditions if you have to get on them by keeping up with us on air, WGAL News 8 online. I'll have more for you coming up on News 8, but for now, I'll send it back to you.
And the storm could affect flights, and we checked with Harrisburg International Airport, Philadelphia, and BWI. They're urging travelers to contact their carrier to see if their flight has been changed. Some airlines are also refunding tickets or allowing people to change their flights for free.
Amtrak is canceling some trains in anticipation of what has happened with the storm. It will operate on a modified service schedule tomorrow. Several trains on the Keystone Line, which of course runs from Harrisburg to Philadelphia and New York, are canceled tomorrow. So check that. You can check Amtrak.com or its app to see if your trip is affected.
As we continue to track the storm, be sure to check out our website, WGAL.com, for the latest closings and delays.
And be sure to download our app to get the latest forecast at your fingertips.
Other news tonight in Lebanon. Police are searching for a gunman after 4 people were shot this morning. Just before 5 a.m., police got a call about gunshots being fired into a building on the 1100 block of Church Street. Police found 4 gunshot victims there, and they were all taken to the hospital. Police are searching for 28-year-old Sean Sykes of Harrisburg. 2 other people, 26-year-old Eric McGill and 29-year-old Dominique Shumati, have been arrested already. All 3 face several charges, including criminal attempt to commit homicide.
York police are investigating a shooting that sent 1 person to the hospital. Police tell us the victim was shot in the back just before 11 last night on the 600 block of Chestnut Street. There's no word on how the victim is doing right now.
A Lancaster County man has died after a farming accident. It happened last night in East Donegal Township. The coroner said 72-year-old John Hess died after an accident involving a skid loader.
Coming up next.
Offer on the table. I'm Aixa Diaz in Washington with President Trump's latest proposal to reopen the government and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's response.
And as we head to a break, let's take a live look outside over Harrisburg. WGAL Chief Meteorologist Joe Calhoun has the latest storm team forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.